I said you better watch what you're doing, 'cause I ain't gonna stop when I'm moving. I'm headed to the top, I'ma do it. I'm headed to the top, I'ma prove it. And I could go all night, I'm sick of being nothing. All right, I'm gonna be something. I'll fight with every breath, trust me. I'ma be the one at the top, you can't touch me. I bleed with every word coming. I would rather die than be someone who's nothing. I'm the type of dude who will not remain nameless. I'm the type of dude who is headed for greatness. I'm the type of dude who could really make changes, 'cause I'm the type of dude that's becoming contagious. I'm the type of dude that will always be ageless. I'm the type of dude that will always feel shameless. I'm the type of dude that they say is fucking heinous, 'cause I'm the type of dude that you know is fucking dangerous.
You are absolutely right. The way he went about it was absolutely wrong. Like, so, like I said, I'm not
of my Jewish hatred that actually goes. Other than the fact that why are y'all popping out of the sewers in New York City?
Annunciation Catholic Church. You couldn't call it pronounced Catholic Church?
Yeah, pronounce the Catholic.
Mods are banning people for no reason. Mods are banning people for no reason. Mods are banning people for no reason.
What, you don't?
Sir,
Nope.
as much as I'd love to believe that and put a whole investigation in
no Canadian
and really get to the bottom of it, make sure the mods are acting right, you are putting that in all caps. The entire chat is your chat, and your name is quite literally Buttfucker 3000. Now, if I had to list credible sources, okay, Buttfucker 3000 isn't going to be in the top 5.
And this is what you argue against online. Buttfucker 3000. It's ridiculous, is it not? Hey, look, check this out. Since I'm going to be here alone for a little bit once in a while here, I got both sides now. Yeah. How you doing? What up, Mark? What up, Rick? How you doing? You feeling better yet, Rick? Yeah, but for the little pregame stuff here, I was watching Vanessa Lopez's new little campaign update. Apparently, she has a good chance of winning Rhode Island State Senate. Apparently, she may be there. And that's going to be weird to see. I'm going to be honest with you. But in either way, Rick, you feeling any better yet? This is going to be fun. Y'all are going to like this. Check this out. Say what you will, but he's been sounding the alarm for a long ass fucking time. Buckle up. 10 minutes of how they're fucking up, and guarantee you, everything that's been showing right here is the result of what the fuck that a Democrat strategist told them that they didn't want to release. How much you want to bet?
Hey there, if Democrats lose to Trump yet again, these are all the red flags. Democrats, you have only about 100 days until the midterm elections, and you don't have control of either chamber anywhere close to being locked up. What are we talking about here? Well, we're talking, first off, we're talking about cash on hand. We're talking about cash on hand. And, you know, Democrats, they're much more like this. They're your $1 bills. While Republicans, you're much more like this, your 50s, and dare I say, even your $100 bills. Because just take a look here. Cash on hand from the main outside groups, ergo your congressional committees, right, your NRSC. Take a look here. Republicans at this point, $657 million. My goodness gracious, that's why I'm talking about these bills, right, $100 bills. While the Democrats, only about $334 million, only about half the level of Republicans. And of course, cash is what makes the world go round in politics. Now, you think that these numbers are bad? How about the national committees themselves? The RNC, the DNC, Republican National Committee, Democratic National Committee. Look at this. Cash they have, June 2026. The RNC, $129 million. That's pretty gosh darn good, right? But get this, the Democrats are a rarity. The DNC is red on your screen. Why are they red? Because they're literally in the red, way down there. They're actually in negative territory. That's cash on hand.
So the Republican National Committee, everything that makes the Republican Party, has $129 million fucking dollars to their name. Not to mention the $657 million in everything else below them. Whereas Democrats only have $334 million in everything below them. And $2 million fucking dollars in debt. So they have 332 to your damn near billion. That's a 1-to-3 ratio, roughly.
The RNC, $129 million. That's pretty gosh darn good, right? But get this, the Democrats are a rarity. The DNC is red on your screen. Why are they red? Because they're literally in the red, way down there. They're actually in negative territory. That's cash on hand subtracted by the party debt. The party debt actually is greater than the cash on hand. The Democratic National Committee, it's broke. It's basically broke. And why is this? What is going on here? And it is because Democratic enthusiasm for the Washington establishment, it is way down there underwater, under the Potomac River. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, hello, approve of their own party in Congress. We're talking about a new Tea Party here. You know, back in July of 2010, when Republicans really did not like their congressional leadership, right? Really didn't like it. Still, 50.
For all of you old heads out there, you know exactly that feeling right there. You remember the 2010s when it was just like, holy shit, Republicans are the rhinos. They're just literally just, they say whatever they want to say to get into office and then vote the Democrat way every time we need something absolutely new. This is not working. This was your Democrat existential crisis back then. The existential crisis the Democrats are going through right now is what Republicans did in 2010. Which is why you actually have some people in the Republican Party that actually do have balls now. Because you paid attention, you saw what was working, you tried to fix it. It took you 20-something 10 fucking years to do so, but we are seeing a little bit of turnaround in the Republican Party. Where has the Democrat gone? In the exact opposite direction.
52% of Republicans approved of their own party in Congress. Look at where Democrats are now. They are in a worse position, the Democrats in Congress, than Republicans were during their Tea Party wave of 2010. Now Democrats, they can't even reach the 50% mark, and we're talking within their own party. I mean, my goodness gracious. And of course, this to me is part of a larger problem that Democrats have when it comes to their own popularity. You know what it is? It's way down there underwater. Take a look at this. Okay, the Democratic Party net favorability. Back in 2018, when Democrats were able to take control of the House, they were actually on the plus side of the ledger. They were actually in positive territory at +1 point. Look now in 2026. We're not just talking down there underneath the Potomac. We're talking down there with the Titanic. We're talking 24 points underwater. And this is just the party overall. This isn't the congressional leadership. This is the party. The party. It's just a terrible, terrible, terrible brand. Terrible. I want to almost get my Charles Barkley. Terrible, terrible. I can't even do a Charles Barkley. But the bottom line is it's absolutely terrible. Now, what is the reasons? Why is the Democratic brand so terrible? Well, one reason why the Democratic brand is so terrible at this point in the voters' minds is, take a look at this trend line. Voters saying that Democrats are too liberal. In 1996, it was 42%. In 2013, it was 58%. Now, the clear majority of Americans believe, and the clear majority of voters say that the Democratic Party is too liberal. 57%. They think that the Democratic Party is out of the mainstream, out of the frame, I dare say. My God, this is a massive, massive problem. And you
Look at that. Look at that. From 1996, back in the heyday of our economy, when Democrats were screaming, close the border and all that other bullshit that we're screaming right now. 42%, hey, you're too liberal with that shit. Then in 2013, the hope and change. You know, everything that brought on that. 48%. 48% of this country thought they were being too liberal. And now it's 50-fucking-7. You grew, what, 6, 4, 13, 15, 16, 17. In 17 years, this grew by 6%. In 13 years, this grew by damn near 10%. What happened, Democrats?
know what is fueling that? You know what's only adding fuel to the fire? How about the Democratic Socialists of America? You know, I mentioned a new Tea Party. Net favorable opinion of the Tea Party back in June of 2010 versus the Democratic Socialists of America, the DSA, right now.
Even the Republican Tea Party was better than you. Do you know how embarrassing that has to fucking be? Honestly. Oh my God. Even the Republican Tea Party was more favorable than the Democrat Socialists of America are now. By the way, 1 in 4 people be like, DSA? Nah, fuck that.
Remember, the Tea Party helped keep Democrats in control of the United States Senate back in 2010 because Republicans ran all these candidates that were just seen out of the mainstream, right? Christine O'Donnell in Delaware. How about Ken Buck in Colorado? How about Sharon Angle, who did the impossible in Nevada and helped get Harry Reid another term in the United States Senate? Well, their net favorable rating back in June of 2010, 13 points underwater. Not too hot to trot. Not too hot to trot, but not absolutely terrible. Compared to the DSA now, 25 points underwater. Twice as unpopular as the Tea Party was back in June of 2010. Now, let's broaden this out a little bit.
No, Mark, you hit it. Damn, USAID went away and Dem funding dropped way down. Who would have figured that? When you take away their money laundering, or their money, when you take away the theft, and then take away their ability to launder what money they have stolen, it's amazing how fast people crash into space, right? Now you got David Pakman, who was paid by Brian Tyler Cohen $8,000 a fucking month just to say some bullshit like Donald Trump pooped his fucking pants. Now he's flipping because you're not paying me anymore, so why the fuck shouldn't I actually spout all this shit off now? It's better for me to grift at this point in time. I'm going to get a lot more attention and money if I do this. Especially more than the $8,000 a month you were paying me in the first place. It's a win-win for David Pakman if he does it.
Talk about what we're talking about. What are the effects of this? How could this play out? Well, how about this? How about House candidates' money raise? You know, it's not as bad for Democrats in the House as it is for their party committees, but still, they're in a worse position now in terms of the percentage of cash that's been raised by Democrats versus Republicans. We're talking about they get 55% of the cash raised. That is down from the 61%. So even though Democrats are ahead in the cash race for the House candidates, they are in a worse position than they were back in 2018 when they took back the House. Now, this to me is part of what we're seeing in the overall House picture, right? The playing field is smaller for Democrats. House seats at least leaning towards the GOP, according to the Cook Political Report. This is the Trump midterms. Back in July of 2018, it was 206 seats at this point that were leaning towards the GOP, at least leaning. Now, it's 212 in a race to 218. Republicans are nearly to that 218 marker. Now, I'm not saying they're going to get there, but they're much closer than they were at this point in the 2018 cycle. Now, This is, again, part of a larger trend that we're seeing. National trend lines, national trend lines. Democrats lead on the generic ballot. Again, midterms with the Republican president. In 2006, Democrats were up by 10 points. They took back the House. In 2018, they were up by 8 points, very similar to 10. Now that lead is on one hand. It's just 5. It's just 5 points. Now, why is this 5 points so important? Because Republicans have helped make it so important. How? Through the redistricting efforts. The redistricting efforts, which means so much. Okay, Democrats in the national House vote margin, their current poll lead nationally is 5. How much do they need to win back the U.S. House of Representatives? Well, with redistricting, we're talking about 3 to 4. Democrats are right on the margin. Republicans have made them right on the margin. So the race for the House is not anywhere close to being cinched up for the Democrats. Now, you might notice, I've been saying a lot in a lot of period of time. I'm a little, woo! So today, to quench my thirst, oh yeah, I got myself a Canada Dry, zero sugar, cherry fruit splash. All right, let's have a little bit of it. Oh, I love cherry. I love cherry. Okay, it's a march to the finish here. It's a march to the finish here. We're nearly done. All right, we've talked about the House, but perhaps the biggest problem for Republicans, or excuse me, for Democrats, is in the race for Senate control. In the race for Senate control. Okay, so let's just talk about the math that is needed here. The math that's needed. States Dems need to win the Senate. They need a total net gain of 4 seats. They need a total net gain of 4 seats. Well, 3 of these seats they'll have to pick up are in states that Trump won. Trump won back in 2024. And I'll note the one blue state is Maine. And let's be real, at this point, that is very TBD, given all the Graham Plattner stuff and then having to bring in a new Democratic candidate. That is very TBD. So even that blue state, not anywhere close to being cinched. Now,
I did want to hit up a point while he was doing that, but I guess I'm going on. Hold on. Let me go back. I want to say this. All right. Midterm years with GOP president. In 2006, Democrats had a 10-point lead. In 2018, 2006 was Bush. In 2018 was Trump. They had an 8-point lead. In 2026, that lead is now 5 points. Oh, you caught it, didn't you, Jonah? Yeah, you caught it. Let me put it full screen for you guys. Watch this.
Redistricting efforts, which means so much. Okay, Democrats in the national House vote margin, their current poll lead nationally is 5. How much do they need to win back the U.S. House of Representatives? Well, with redistricting, we're talking about 3 to 4. Democrats are right on the margin. Republicans have made them right on the margin.
I want you all to understand, all these polls we know full well leans heavily Democrat anyway. So if they're only like +5 at this point, that means Democrats are just like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense because just this long ago you were saying this. Well, fucking dumbass retards are now understanding, hey, I do have to think back because just a few years ago, I'm going to have an aneurysm.
So the race for the House is not anywhere close to being cinched up for the Democrats. Now, you might notice, I've been saying a lot in a lot of period of time. I'm a little, woo! So today, to quench my thirst.
Exactly, Jonah.
Oh yeah, I got myself a Canada Dry, zero sugar, cherry fruit splash. All right, let's have a little bit of it. Oh, I love cherry. I love cherry. Okay, it's a march to the finish here. It's a march to the finish here. We're nearly done.
That was incredibly fucked, right? There was no reason on earth that needs to be there except they paid you a lot of money and you can't run a commercial. What the fuck? Biden tapes have been released? Uh-oh.
And all right, we've talked about the House, but perhaps the biggest problem for Republicans, or excuse me, for Democrats, is in the race for Senate control. In the race for Senate control. Okay, so let's just talk about the math that is needed here. The math that's needed. States Dems need to win the Senate. They need a total net gain of 4 seats. They need a total net gain of 4 seats.
I don't want to sign up for
three
this
of these
shit.
seats, 3 of these seats they'll have to pick up are in states that Trump won. Trump won back in 2024. And I'll note the one blue state is Maine. And let's be real, at this point, that is very TBD, given all the Graham Plattner stuff and then having to bring in a new Democratic candidate. That is very TBD. So even that blue state, not anywhere close to being cinched. Now, we're talking about those red states, right? And only one of those states was won by Trump by a small margin. That was North Carolina, +3 in terms of the pickup opportunities. The rest, Ohio, Alaska, Iowa, Texas, all won by Trump by double digits. We are talking really a lot of states that are on the board that are really red-leaning. That's what's going on here. And you know what? We can go back through history. We can go back to the last Trump midterm election and think, okay, did they pick up any states?
Look, North Carolina +3 in 2024. Y'all do realize that was coming back off the back of the hurricane, right? Where nobody was getting help, and then it all of a sudden turned out to be, oh, because you're a Republican or you voted for Trump, your ass is not getting any help whatsoever. The videos we saw with helicopters just blowing away actual people trying to get real aid into these people, their water, their food, anything that they need, blankets, clothes, shit like that. And they just blow it the fuck away like, no, you can't help either. Like, what the fuck? These motherfuckers were clearing out roadways and shit faster than FEMA was picking their assholes. And that still only did a +3.
Like this? Well, no, not really. Talk about the 2018 red state Dem pickups.
I think North Carolina was actually a too big to rig situation with taking that into account then. That could be something. Maybe we need to look into North Carolina. What up, Shane? Been a minute since we've been there. Everybody's already gone over to the Rumble side, dude. They've all converted. God bless the redneck Air Force, Cletus. That's right. Hearing rumors they had to put up HQ as collateral for a loan. Oh, no, we're hitting that. We're hitting that.
There's just a single one. Just a single numero uno. Just one, baby. Just one. That was Arizona. And Trump won that state by just 4 points. Much more like a North Carolina, right? And Kristen Sinema, the Democrat, she was then a Democrat, she only won it by 2. So there's no real history of this going on here. Now, if we're talking just generally speaking, you can see this here. Again, in the 6 key states that we're looking at, the generic ballot lead for the Republicans +6. Again, 53% of Democrats say, or excuse me, 53% of the voters in those key swing states say that the Democratic Party is too far to the left. So the Senate battleground, much more even extreme than what we see nationally. Finally, I'll just note in terms of the prediction markets at this point.
Hold up. Arkansas, Maine, Iowa, North Carolina, Ohio, and Texas, and Dems must win +4 most likely. Across the board, we're looking at 0.6 points, or +6 points for the Democrat, or for the Republicans. They're up 6 points. If 53% of the people in this fucking poll, it said the Democrat Party has gone too far left. Again, this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. The left and right are arguing the same thing right now. They're just blaming each other still. Every single one of you are arguing about the same shit. It's only just the bullshit leftists and shit you see online that have dissociative personality disorder because one person will switch through 10 fucking accounts to make comments that try to make it look like, oh, this isn't popular because these people hate her or these people hate him or this or this or this. And you actually break it down and have a conversation with them, they ain't got shit to stand with. Every time. And if you don't push back on that shit, you just leave it because you don't feel like fighting it. Or I get you when you don't. But if you just leave it unchecked, it continues to propagate and people will see that time and time and time and time again. No pushback, just thank you. Oh, you're so great. Love bomb the fuck out of them. Elon Musk buying Twitter was a great idea.
We see nationally. Finally, I'll just note in terms of the prediction markets at this point, which kind of brings it all together, the chance to win the Senate, you know, back in April 24th, there was about a 50-50 shot. By July 24th, look at that. The Republican chances now, we put it all together, they're at a 56% chance. But you know what?
Prediction market odds. This has been the worst thing to even fucking track with the entire thing, because up until recently, the Dems have always been slated to take the fucking Senate. And if you've ever paid attention, you know full fucking well that was never the case. If you even paid half attention, you would understand that was never the case. They would have to turn over like 6-7 fucking seats, and most of them in strong Republican areas in the first damn place, where even those people are automatically doing good. Even from the very beginning, they were already automatically doing fucking good. So you really, especially seeing as how we've even seen military members being arrested for prediction market schemes now. Like members of our government have been implicated in shit like this. So can you really look at the prediction market now? Because all this is more money laundering.
I would argue the biggest red flag that Democrats have, the biggest red flag, look at this. It's apathy, not believing that Democrats can change anything. Because the impacts of Democratic policies on your cost of living, only 41% say help, hurt, or wouldn't change it.
Yep.
The clear majority, nearly 3 in 5, 59%. So, look, these are all the red flags. If, in fact, Democrats can't take back control of either the House and or the Senate, and if Trump can stop them, this is what's going on. Folks, if you like what you heard, why don't you leave a comment? We'll see if we'll be able to delve into those issues next time around.
Yeah, he kind of struggled at the end, but yeah, he's been raising the red flag for a minute, and nobody's fucking listening. Because it's coming from CNN. Anyway, oh, nope. We got to get to this later. This was, here we go. This is the one I was wanting to bring up. This was the tab I had actually lost. Check this out, though. Close that bullshit. DNC chair Ken, out of here. You're distracting the fuck out of me. That DNC chair, Ken Martin, threw phone at aide's desk, who faces HR complaint and sign a fraying nerves report. Okay, the stressed out movement over here. Let me bring that. The stressed out Democratic National Committee DNC chair Ken Martin faced a formal human resources complaint after allegedly throwing his phone at a junior aide's desk at the party's Washington headquarters in early July. Early July. We're just now hearing about it. The New York Times reported Sunday as financial concerns and internal tensions placed his leadership under scrutiny. The cause of the alleged outburst remained unclear, but one DNC source briefed on the episode described it as worsening conduct. It's just fucking unacceptable that this is spiraling behavior. This source told not us. Okay. The Times described the show of frustration as a sign of Martin's fraying nerves. The Times cited 6 people familiar with the incident, none of whom witnessed it firsthand. Their accounts differed over how forcefully Martin threw the phone, but the newspaper reported it landed on the aide's desk while Martin was reprimanding the staffer and led to a formal HR complaint. So this dude's throwing his phone at people that are just incompetent as fuck. I mean, I kind of don't blame him, but we all know you can't do that, right? Let's see. The reports came as the DNC faced a substantial financial disadvantages less than 4 months before the midterm elections. The Federal Election Commission records showed that the committee ended June with $16.3 million in cash and $18.5 million in debt. By comparison, the Republican National Committee reported $128.5 million in cash and no debt. Martin is leading the Democrat Party, trying to win back control of the House and Senate in midterms, in which his historical buoyant year for the party out of power. Every president hit this century has seen their party lose and then stop reading ahead. Every president this century has seen their party lose the majority of at least one chamber in their midterms. According to New York Times, he resorted to joking about his job scrutiny and is frustrated with the tarnished public image of a party that he plainly loves and has devoted his life to. You're frustrated with the party that you helped to create? Why? Because they're shit? So you're frustrated because you created shit and now you have shit. Like, I don't understand how this is just not a fault of your fucking leadership, since you stand at the top. There's no way. If you are the head all end all be all DNC motherfucker, you make all decisions. How is it not your decision to let these motherfuckers do everything that they fucking done? When are you supposed to do your job and rein them the fuck in, huh? Oh. Oh, so you're telling me all of this shit was your idea? Either that or you just didn't do your job. Okay. Fox News Digital reported in November that the DNC confirmed opening a $20 million line of credit and drawing 15. The committee pledged its particularly known Washington headquarters as collateral for the... They put up their own goddamned building because they don't have the funds. They ain't got shit. They don't have anything that they can pull from to just say, hey, take this as collateral. Nope. Your goddamned headquarters. This is it. This is fucking it. That they put up their motherfucking headquarters as collateral. What happens when you can't pay it back? I mean, you're already $2 million in debt. You're already 1 to 3 behind Republicans as far as what they could spend. And they're already set to fucking sweep yet again, and even harder than they did in 2024. It's funny. You take USAID out, you take Act Blue out, and then all of a sudden, nobody's got any money to wipe their ass with. Can you switch the chats? They fit the screen better. I guess, yeah, because that one's a little bit... That one's less cluttered with color. Yeah. There we go. But this is embarrassing as fuck, man. This is not new. The loan documents were publicly released in November, and the DNC's building was also used as collateral on prior lines of credit in 2019, 2018, 2014, and many other years. Oh, so you've always been this fucking broke. So where was the money coming from that you had before? Because you're sitting here trying to say this is grassroots bullshit, but that grassroots bullshit stopped about the time Act Blue was starting to be looked at and scrutinized heavily. This is it for the Democrat Party. If they don't win this, if they don't win and continue to all the fraud and money laundering and everything we've seen, if they cannot continue this, they have nothing. At least nothing on record. Now, where's all this money for these protests and everything still happening? It does seem like there has been a resurgence of equipment being sent to them, even though Act Blue and USAID is out of the picture. Some funding has been able to reach them, but not enough. You couldn't give the information. I'm sorry. Some funding has reached, but not enough. You could not funnel enough money to keep this going through any other so-called grassroots bullshit, gives and go bullshit, whatever. You couldn't funnel it fast enough to do what Act Blue was doing. And don't get me wrong, I actually do think When Red does the same exact shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they do the same exact shit. It's just there's nobody that actually looked deep enough to say, yeah, this is happening. But you're putting up your own fucking building as collateral. The bank seizes it because you can't pay it back. Where the fuck do you campaign from? Where the fuck do you run your shit from? You're going to have to find a new headquarters, but supposedly you ain't got no money. Except for the $330-something million that are just in like super PACs and shit that you can pull from. But then again, that's doubled on the Republican side. More than doubled there. Where the fuck do you think you're going to go? The only thing you can do is turn tail and run. What up, Tony? Hey. But yeah, the Times reported that the committee asked for some vendors to delay submitting invoices until after the midterms. So, hey, look, don't bill us until after the midterms, okay? Because we don't have money, and we may not even fucking pay you. So don't bill us until after the midterms, and we'll decide who gets paid and who doesn't. We don't need that controversy before the midterms saying, hey, we can't pay you because we don't have the fucking money. So don't bill us until after the midterms where nobody gives a shit that we can't pay you. And we just fucked you out of hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of dollars that our contract said that we were going to spend with you. In a statement to Fox News Digital, DNC executive the director Roger Lau characterized those requests as routine contract discussions. Oh, no. See, it's routine. It's routine that you don't pay us until after we've won everything because we may not pay you and we may fuck you. I mean, we've already seen stories of that, right? How many motherfuckers have billed the DNC after events, even giving in to their, hey, don't do this until this, and then they don't win, and it's just like, well, why the fuck should we pay you? We didn't win. How many fucking times have we seen that? And people are still trying to just get these. Yeah, I'm going to get a lot of money. Don't bill us until after everything's said and done, because we don't have the money to pay you unless we win. Okay, cool. Yay. People are retarded. There is nothing more than standard negotiation with vendors over contracts and payment processes. Martin defended the committee's strategy in a Substack essay last week, saying it raised $154.8 million from grassroots and major donors through June, compared to the $95.2 million during the comparable 2017-2018 period. When all that shit was still active, you got $95 million. And then all of a sudden you get $154.8 million, and it's supposedly from grassroots. Now USAID and Act Blue is done. I would say a little bit of an increase, that not to make up for what USAID and Act Blue were funding. I'm telling you, that they're funneling money another fucking way, and nobody's caught on yet. Especially if 56 to 58% of this country is just like the Democrats Party is going way too fucking left, but let's give them money, right? They're continuing to pull way too fucking left at a growing progressive fucking pace, but we're just gonna continue to send them money. And you're supposed to believe that at a struggling point in time, I'm going to think that people are going to send Democrats money. Why? Because Orange Man bad? And to a certain extent, but not to that degree of increase in money that we have seen. The funneling has gone somewhere else. The current DNC has raised the most money of any DNC without the White House in the 198-year history of the Democrat Party. The fucking words are hard. Martin said in Monday's Substack, but a party is not a savings account. Its purpose is to build power. So we're not just going to send money back for a rainy day, like right now. Because we did that under fucking Harris, because we ran Joe Biden, and then everybody realized Joe Biden was everything that people said he was for the past 4 fucking years, mentally incompetent, and there ain't no goddamn way he should be running the country. Oh, what do we do? We can't have a special election. That'll take too long. Kamala Harris is your nominee. Right? Just straight up vote for it. Like, don't even question it. Kamala Harris, let's go. Hey, Democrats, where was your vote on that shit? Did you want Kamala Harris? We voted for Kamala Harris when we voted for Joe Biden. No, the fuck you didn't. You voted for Joe Biden, and he picked Kamala Harris as a vice president, which really ain't shit. What did she do? Oh, she was a border czar. She fucked that up, right? I mean, she was cheering as people were fucking singing a song in another language, making fun of her. But that was your candidate, right? Because they didn't let you have a say. Maybe you could have chosen somebody that would have been more of a challenge. But you all know you were fucked anyway, so that's why you went along with them taking your fucking voice from you? That sounds about right. While the DNC responded to financial questions, it did not respond to Fox News Digital's request regarding Martin's alleged conduct with the junior aide. So yeah, this motherfucker was yelling at her, threw a phone at this bitch, it landed on her desk, and now he's just like, oh, ethics, HR complaint, oh my god. All because he had to put this fucking building up as collateral, and everybody around him is incompetent fucking retards. If you hired these incompetent fucking retards, doesn't that make you the ultimate incompetent fucking retard? If you're surrounded by fucking idiots and it's a surrounding of your own creation, are you not the ultimate fucking idiot? It's just like me building a house in a fucked up ass way and then blaming a fucking construction company that had nothing to do with it for why my roof caved in. But hey, we've heard that many of times before. Where the fuck is Mitch McConnell? Now, there is music to this. I'm going to block this from Forbes, but Forbes put this out for 2 fucking minutes. Mitch McConnell, not yet medically cleared for state return or for Senate return. New statement says. Oh, they still playing music. Mitch McConnell, not yet medically cleared to leave the rehab facility where his office has said he is recovering from a fall and a bout of pneumonia. Is he? Look, if them lips are purple as fuck, that motherfucker's already, like, dead. They're pumping him full of the same shit they were pumping Biden full of, aren't they? He looks worse than Biden. Let's see, according to a new statement released a little more than 6 weeks after his hospitalization, blah, blah, blah. McConnell announced in a statement that he won't attend a Kentucky political event known as the Fancy Farm Picnic on Saturday, making it unlikely he'll be at the funeral services for his longtime ally, Senator Lindsey Graham. This motherfucker's brain dead. They literally have this dude on life support to keep at least some kind of brain activity up there. Just to say, hey, technically he's alive. This motherfucker's gone. As soon as you pull that plug, he's dead. His attending physician also said in a statement, McConnell is undergoing a strenuous course of physical therapy and rehabilitation designed to rebuild strength and reduce the risk of future falls. The motherfucker can't even stand. Adding, his bout with childhood polio continues to be a significant factor in his mobility. No. I'm sorry. No. You can't say, oh, it's because of his childhood polio that he can't walk now. That's the sign of being goddamn old. This dude, how old is he? How the fuck old is this dumb asshole? How old is Addison McConnell? Addison Mitchell McConnell is 84 years old. You love how I Googled it and it knows exactly who the fuck I'm talking about. I gotta bring this up. This is awesome. The motherfucker's name is Addison. How old is Addison McConnell? Oh, come on. It can't be this hard. Addison Mitchell McConnell was... It took you that fucking long? That is an embarrassment. Addison Mitchell McConnell was born February 20th, 1942. As of today, July 28th, 2026, he is 84 fucking years old. This son of a bitch... Oh, shit. I closed the wrong tab. I don't know what that one was. I'll have to come back to it. This son of a bitch is... He's dead. Can we admit that? The only thing keeping this asshole alive right here is machinery. His also office shared the news, said he was taken Sunday to the McConnell and his wife, Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao. Wait a minute, Elaine Chao. Where have I heard that name before? The statement comes 2 weeks after his office released an initial statement and photo of him in a hospital alongside Chow, explaining the reason for his hospitalization, amid speculation and conspiracy theories about his reason for his absence in the Senate. That was fucking AI. There wasn't enough to determine that wasn't fucking AI as good as it is right now. That wasn't enough. I'm sorry. I cannot believe, looking at a video that he releases, knowing full fucking well what they did to Biden, knowing full well what they did to... Where the fuck is Frederica Wilson? Look at what they did with, what's her name? The woman who disappeared. She was like horrible to her staffers, calling them fuck ass and everything. Sheila Jackson Lee. Look what they did with her. Look what they did with every single one of these motherfuckers. They kept them there. Pumped them full until they ran them fucking ragged. And they died. In office. If this motherfucker's dead, he's on life support just to say technically he's still alive. We'll update you later on. A spokesperson for McConnell, David Popp, told the Washington Post in an article published Saturday, McConnell continues to meet with staff regarding Senate and Kentucky business. Bullshit! Mitch McConnell has been there for 41 years. Yes, Sedan. What's going on? She was transportation Trump 1.0. Oh. She came up in something recently within the last year or so. I remember that. Word has also leaked that Maxine Waters has not been there for months, and Jeffries has been proxy voting for her. But we've seen Maxine Waters fall the fuck apart in the past 4 fucking years. That woman literally will sit there and you can see the moment her eyes lose focus and she just continues to rattle on and just talk and talk and talk. And there's nothing behind anything that she's saying because there's nothing behind the eyes that are cross-eyed and out of focus because she's just going on autopilot. That actually hurt my eyes. Holy fuck. Mitch's control. Find the CCP. It's obvious. I do believe. I mean, Mitch has been there for 41 fucking years. I've never talked to any person in Kentucky that has ever liked or voted for Mitch McConnell. I used to go up there a lot and shit. I've been all over the southern part of the state, from the western side to the eastern side of it. I haven't been above much of the Mason-Dixon line in Kentucky and fucked around. But I've fucked around a lot in the lower part of Kentucky where you can literally blow shit up in a cave and nobody fucking cares. Anyway. But no. Nobody liked the son of a bitch. Nobody liked Lindsey Graham. How the fuck did they get elected time and time and time and time and time and time and time again? But it is fucking amazing that you have the opportunity right now to select 2 new fucking senators out of Kentucky. One is already dead. The other's just like on life support, so fucking unplug it. Republicans, there you go. Folks, here we go. McConnell, 84, who's set to retire at the end of the year after 42 years in the Senate, said he did not break any bones, suffer a heart attack, stroke, hemorrhage, or concussion when he fell. Then why the fuck did you fall? Oh, you're old as fuck. But what'd that say? But that fall left him briefly unconscious. So let me get this straight. He didn't suffer a heart attack. There was no broken bones. He didn't stroke out. No hemorrhaging. No concussion when he fell. But the fall left him briefly unconscious? I'm sorry. He was unconscious before he hit the floor then. If there's no damage to say, oh yeah, he did lose consciousness at the moment of impact, then he lost consciousness beforehand, and that's the reason he fell. Are they playing this? Nope, just still more music. McConnell has numerous health issues over the years, including 2 serious falls in 2023 and 2024, freezing twice while speaking in front of reporters in a span of less than 2 months in 2023. Yeah, no, this motherfucker did it more often than not. He stroked the fuck out in front of cameras damn near every time he talked. His office attributed the episodes to lightheadedness, but some neurologist who watched videos of the incident said he appeared to be exhibiting signs of mini seizures. Yeah. McConnell often used a wheelchair, or his aides helped him walk in the Capitol. He was also hospitalized in February for what his office said were flu-like symptoms. Can we admit it, everybody? technically there may be a heartbeat. Is it alive just because a machine keeps it going? And should a Senate seat be held up because a machine keeps it going? If that's your taxpayer dollars at work, everything's stalled the fuck out because somebody is being kept alive by a fucking machine. What up, Adam? Mason-Dixon line, the border of PA and Virginia. Yes. Well, no. No, the Mason-Dixon line is actually the border of Tennessee and Kentucky. But, I mean, if you're talking about culturally and everything right now, yeah, but you're going to have to carve out Maryland in that whole section, too. But that relies more off North Carolina, so I guess that wouldn't affect Kentucky. Yeah, okay. Culturally, I'll give you that. But yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Before we go to the Rumble side, you remember that guy who went off on a college trip with all his classmates and wound up killing 4 of them?
We are following new developments out of Idaho. The New York Times is reporting that Brian Kohberger, the man who pled guilty to killing...
Why does this motherfucker look like Dennis Reynolds so damn much? I swear to God. Hold on. Let me bring it. This motherfucker looks like Dennis Reynolds from It's Always Sunny in Philly. It's eerily goddamn similar. And he looks eerily similar to what Dennis Reynolds' character would actually fucking be.
4 University of Idaho students and is currently serving 4 life sentences, now says he wants to withdraw his confession and reopen the case. Let's get right to NBC News legal analyst Misty Maris. Misty, this surprised all of us. So Kohberger accepted responsibility back in after the 2022 murders, right, in a hearing last July. So just last July, he accepted responsibility. It was weeks before the trial was set to begin. And then he was sentenced, as I said, to 4 life sentences. He's in prison now, but now he's filed this post-conviction challenge. How does that work? It's allowed, right? What is he arguing?
Yeah, so Kate, post-conviction relief is the only avenue that he could take because constitutionally a defendant who even pleads guilty cannot waive it, even though Kohberger pled guilty and waived his right to appeal. So when seeking post-conviction relief, it's usually based on ineffective assistance of counsel. And some of the statements in that article, coercion, disinformation.
You're right. You're right, Adam. The original Mason-Dixon line was... Yeah, that was... Virginia was in the fucking South. Holy shit. I was just looking it up here. Yeah, you're right. God damn. Yeah, that was Delaware, Pennsylvania, Ohio, all the way up in West Virginia and Virginia, Maryland.
And false promises is what he says will be the basis
of
this petition moving forward. But I got to tell you, it is not just buyer's remorse. The standard is so high that the lawyers did something that was so far below the standard of reasonableness in their representation that it gives this avenue. So it's constitutionally allowed, but it is a tough
He
call.
would have to prove that his own lawyers misled him and that this plea deal that he took wasn't really what he thought it was. Is that
Something
kind of
to that effect, but it would have to be because, remember...
Okay, yeah, the Walker line. That's what it is. Never mind. My bad. I get him confused. Yep, that's right. My bad.
We watched that that hearing when he changed his plea. What does the judge ask? Multiple times, every which way. This is voluntary. You are pleading guilty. You understand that your lawyers were sufficient and adequate, and you understand what you're doing, waiving your rights. That's on the record multiple times. There's also sworn statements. So to get over the hump of of his own sworn statements. You know what that means? You have to show some real rock solid coercion or misconduct. This is a really tough argument to make.
All right, Misty Maris for us. Misty, really appreciate that.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
All right. How in the fuck? All right. You've admitted to killing these people, and right before your sentencing, you're just like, nope, I'm going to recant my statement. I'm just going to say, nah, fuck that. We're going to keep your statement, and this is going to be the fucking end of it, because there ain't no goddamn way you didn't do it. Hatfield and McCoy line. No. Walker line. That's the Walker line is between Tennessee and Kentucky. That's what I was thinking of. I got him confused, but yeah. All she has to say is that doing that so he could escape the death penalty. Pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, that dude's case is fucking insane. It is incredibly fucking insane. And this is coming from somebody who's already dark and disturbed. Y'all know that. But I'm just like, listening to his story, it was just like, holy shit. Like, he planned this whole damn thing then. This wasn't a spur of the moment, I'm drunk and somehow murder for it. But no. No. He planned to do it. Yeah, he needs to fucking go. Anyway. Look, we're getting to the Rumble side here. We've gone for an hour on YouTube. I got some more shit I need to talk about with y'all. Tony, hey, there's Shane. Y'all know what to do. Get on over there. We'll see y'all in about 3 minutes.
Hey, it's me, Davey. You know, the simple one. Here at Off Label Podcast, we're all about doing things the off-label way. But without you, we're just two idiots who talk to each other on the internet. So please, if you could, hit that like button, repost, and give us a follow. And if you're feeling frisky enough, throw a comment. We now return you to our regularly scheduled bullshit.
Isn't that hard?
I mean, it's not.
So you know what? It's fine. You're changing history, you're changing culture, and you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah.
He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.